Howdy, ladies and gents. I'm Slaw's Heart, and welcome to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. So I've done videos on this before. It's just been a minute. I didn't really know what I was doing back then with a lot of stuff, but mainly when it came to this game, I didn't understand how it worked because I just come from playing XCOM 2. So I've played this on my spare time. I've not beaten it on my spare time, but I've gotten pretty far. So I figured, you know what? I know enough where I think I can play it and it'll be enjoyable for you guys. So I already made my character. Oh, I haven't come up with a name yet, I guess. We'll just do... Why not? We'll just do that. So I'm running as soldier like I did originally. I've only ever ran as soldier. This time I'm running on a fortress world. I'm running Crime Lord again because that is my favorite class to play, at least that I've played so far. And it's the one I understand a lot better. I do have a debuff on Carouse and a buff on Logic. We're starting out the gate. So that's going to be useful. But yeah, let's get into it. Hopefully this time I won't have to read so much. I'm not going to do the voices like I did for the first time, that's for sure. Well, I don't know. Maybe I will. Depends. Here we go. You have to love the detail that's in this game. Like, it's a top-down and there's still so much detail. Will his voice lines work this time? Yep.
An excellent place for contemplation. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor sublimity.
I will do a voice for my character. I'm gonna make my dude a bit of a douche. Or at least, I'm gonna make him cocky at the very least. Okay, let's see what voice one do for my guy. Frankly, no. Fuck it. Frankly, such excess can be tiring at times.
I believe there are those among us who share that sentiment. But such is our duty, is it not? To overcome base weaknesses and desires, so as to excel in our service to the God Emperor, the master of humanity.
He shakes his head and turns to you.
Allow me to introduce myself. Conrad Voigtveer, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship Rogue Trader Theodora von Valencius, at your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before.
My name is Slylus.
My
voice...
regards, Master.
Hold on.
Or should I say, von Valencius, scion of a blessed rogue trader house in the service of the Imperium. Perhaps this kinship came as a shock to you. Understandably so, given that all evidence of the connection was lost in the generations separating you and Lord Captain Theodora. It required no small effort on the part of Her Ladyship's servants to discover and verify this blood tie, which has now made you one of the heirs of this dynasty.
Yippers. I assume you had some goal in mind when you decided to seek me out. Let us address it.
But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora. I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far. The Lord Captain and Master Edelthrad von Valencius are conversing on the observation platform. Let us join them there.
Okie dokie. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out what I want for my
backup plan.
Shut the fuck up! I'm gonna have to figure out what I want for my dude's voice. I don't know yet. I know how all this works. I was playing this game like...
I always keep my options open.
Yeah, you do. As you're gonna say repeatedly so much during this playthrough.
Keep your wits about you.
He's just gonna keep going. He's laying all the voice lines on you guys, alright? Keep your wits about you. I always have a plan.
One of the Von Valencius trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
Maybe.
What's happening?
Looks like death to me, bud.
Run! The servitors have gone berserk!
I'd say they've gone a little more than berserk. Like they've flipped a switch, so to speak. But we're gonna kill them. I know how combat works. Game. Oh well, I say as I try to start it without. He's dead, or she. Either way, they're dead. Sucks for you. I know how it works. Let's get my guy over here. 50% chance. That wasn't great. Alright, I got this, so I'm gonna move him here.
On it.
Not gonna kill it, but did some damage. I'll use that next go. Because what this does is it makes it where I gain +3 stacks of Surefire Plan, which consumes 1 stack and makes the next action stronger depending on the type of action. So like +14 for damage, +14 for dodge and parry, -13 penalty to damage for 1 round. Like, it's pretty good, pretty useful. Oh, you guys are gonna make me have to do all the work, aren't you? Alright, I'm going to pull back some.
Taking calculated risk is my second nature. Who if not me?
No, I meant to use... whatever, it's fine. I got... Dude, all these crew officers suck. And this guy isn't even doing any attacks. He's just analyzing the enemy. Which is useful, don't get me wrong, but... Oh, before I forget.
I'll make it happen.
Because I think I have to reload after this one.
I'll see to it personally.
I missed.
On
Do
it.
have to reload, though.
I'll make it happen.
I'm just going to use the attack portion of this. 35%. That's not very good. Let's move here.
Opportunities.
55.
It's as good as
Better
done.
chance. Okay. That's very unfortunate. You know, I don't know if Conrad, whatever, can die right out the gate. He dodged everything.
Die!
Oh, okay, well, that attack worked.
What suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan.
Yep, true. I remember like, I'm far past this point in my own personal playthrough.
I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
Aye, aye, Captain. Alright.
Is there money to be made?
I know how this works. The wires in the servitor's head are still smoldering. It would seem that the cause of this malfunction was a short-circuiting of the motive force.
Always keep your eye on the price.
Tarantula sentry gun constructed with the blessing of the Adeptus Mechanicus using a... Nope. Using a standard template construct in the manufacturers of Kiev Gamma.
I always have a backup plan.
Lemon Rust battle tank reclaimed and restored by the grace of the God Emperor, the first to breach the capital walls during the pacification of Vortex Chotin. I'm not gonna read everything.
Let us not dawdle.
Let's go this way. The combat in this game can take a minute, so that's why I'm kind of rushing through a lot of stuff. If you guys want to see a lot of the extra,
keep my options open.
A lot of the extra lore and stuff, watch my previous playthrough that I cut short.
That is simply irrational, Lady Theodora. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Practically an admission of heresy.
Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation. No worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Ion 6, Edelthrad?
Survey the room. Your first impression of Edelthrad, who appears to be about 30 years old, is of parchment-like skin stretched over a tightly bundled mass of sinew, implants, and bone. The nervously twitching fingers, the face twisted by a slight tick, and the jerky movements are all signs of some illness or defect that has taken over his physical form. In stark contrast to Idrothrod, Theodora von Valancius' features appear as if they were carved from marble. Internal and indestructible. Head raised high, proud posture, hands clasped casually behind her back. Everything seems to emphasize the difference in status between her and Idrothrad. Behind the two of them you see two more men. One is a gray-haired officer of impeccable bearing who is studying the contents of his data slate. The other is a behemoth bristling with holsters and baldricks containing all manner of weapons.
Our second candidate has joined us. Approach and give me your answer.
The dry female... Oh, she already said that, so there's no point in me reading the
Consider
subtext.
this hypothetical situation. Ion 6. A new world on the fringes of the Coronis expanse. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crews sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure?
We're gonna go with Xeno worship. Those spirits could well be the natives' name for dangerous aliens. I would first verify if that is indeed the case, and if the population of Ion 6 engages in Xeno worship.
Reasonable and prudent. However, chasing after ethereal creatures may prove a rather long and fruitless endeavor.
Which is a good point.
Apart from Xenos, an untrodden planet might be teeming with myriad horrors that are far more dangerous and difficult to eradicate. I suspect that you are simply unaware of their existence.
Shut your mouth, Idrithor, before I decide to shut it for you.
I invite you to try, you miserable vermin. I am intrigued to see how your pathetic life will...
Edelthrad, I
Edward my
believe I
bad.
gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me then why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officer's deck, instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview.
I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time.
Idrithor bows ceremoniously and takes his leave without sparing you another look. Seems like a bit of a dick, if you ask me. Sorry guys, checking how long this video's been going on for.
So, why are you here?
There are questions that I wish to have answered.
You are direct. I approve. But you will have to wait. There is something I want you to understand first.
Okay.
My name is Theodora von Valancius Massimo of Scaris.
That's a
I
mouthful.
am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity.
Oh,
and
yeah.
my rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred relic. The warrant of trade, kept aboard this very vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness, beyond the Impirium, and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign, and bow death and ruin to us all.
Sounds metal as fuck, my girl. Hell yeah.
It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored
Jesus
void.
fucking
Every
Christ.
world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon, resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you are one of those with von Valancius blood in their veins and a rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes.
One of? Does this mean there are others? Fuck it, we'll roll that. Yeah, just fucking do a...
Naturally. Some have yet to
Oi!
arrive on
We don't know
board,
that.
but you have had the
That
pleasure
kind of voice?
meeting one of them. Edelthrad may be somewhat disconcerted by the scale of the responsibilities that may potentially fall upon his shoulders. However, I have a good feeling about him as a candidate.
So then why am I here? Like, if he's a candidate, but you have a good feeling about him, then why am I here? Like, it seems like you made up your mind. My dude is just a simple... I don't know about simple, but... a pirate lord or whatever. Like, my guy's just over here taking over systems, turning into a pirate den and shit. Like, he don't give no fucks.
Blood right alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Kunrad Voitvir served me for many years before he made his mistake.
Okay, I'm gonna ask this, and then I'm gonna get to the dialogue option. I think continues it, because I'm not gonna waste too much on dialogue this time around. I'm gonna just be straightforward with it, because this stuff can go on for an hour before any combat happens, and I don't want you guys sitting here just listening to a bunch of nothing. It's not a bunch of nothing, but you get what I mean. Anyhow, if you are satisfied with Elderthrod, then what sense is it in having this conversation? Why are you wasting your time on me? I'm Jason Statham.
Impatience.
I fought the Meg.
I am rather fond of impatient people. They are not as quick to resign themselves to circumstance and more eager to show initiative. Even if I do choose Edelthrad as my successor, I will still require loyal advisors. The skills and knowledge you acquired in your former life may prove invaluable here, in the Coronis Expanse.
Fair point. In all honesty, fair point.
One could not in good faith describe your background as one of exemplary service to the Imperium. However, I am intrigued by you and your past. To have survived and prospered between the letters of the law is a rare achievement among those in our circle. You are skilled in the art of taking risks and cutting corners. Trust me when I say that you will have sufficient opportunity to apply this talent for the good of the house.
Alright then. Moving on.
Moreover, your remarkable mental abilities were noted in your profile. If you can find a way to exhibit them in the service of the von Valancius dynasty, well, so much the better.
Yeah, I'm not mental, aren't I? I hit my head, but you guys can't see that. I don't have a face camera, and I don't know if I even want to do that. Anyhow. I don't care about that. We're just moving on. To briefly... Now, you know what? This one, you guys might be curious about here.
His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, he does bear the name von Valancius, even if he avoids using it publicly, and as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. That door, however, is closed to him. Voigtvir's performance in his current role is satisfactory. Or it used to be, at least.
Thank you for clarifying. May I ask my questions now? I don't know if I'm going to stick with his voice, but it's kind of fun to do, so...
I have some time before the navigator gives the signal to initiate the void ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge.
An incident took place on the officer's deck. Some servitors went berserk and attacked the crew.
Is that so? Perhaps the technomats were careless during maintenance. Or it could be the warp playing tricks on us in spite of the Gellerfield. Or perhaps there is something to all the stories about the ship being possessed after all.
Theodore laughs nonchalantly.
Lady Theodora, for the God Emperor's sake, surely you do not intend to start repeating idle rumors spread about by uneducated riffraff.
Enough, Abelard. Such hearsay amuses me. Idira eagerly retells me everything she learns from the whispers of her unseen advisors. This ship is thousands of years old. It has enough hidden nooks, malfunctioning cogitators, and unused compartments to make ignorant folks speak of specters dwelling inside the bulkheads and plotting against those who yet live.
Where are we headed?
The Rykad system, the domain of rogue trader Winterscale, one of my peers. And rivals. Besides me, 2 other rogue traders exist in the Coronis Expanse, and each of them possesses resources comparable to mine. Perhaps you will one day assist House von Valancius in surpassing both of them in affluence and splendor.
Maybe.
I set the course for Rykad on the demand for a very specific reason. Perhaps I shall yet apprise you of the purpose for this voyage, but now is not the time.
Alright, I have no more questions. I don't care about none of this. I have no more questions. Moving on. Carry on.
In that case, I shall head to... Disturbances reported on the adjacent decks. Seneschal, if the need arises, protect the new blood. It is possible that the chance to prove your worth may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated.
Could care less. Putting bullets in people is my job. What's this then? Must have been wind.
I'll make an example out of you.
The masters demand your death.
Fair enough. I demand your death. It's fair. Fair is fair. Abelard missed his cleave.
faith strengthens me.
Alright. Alright, Mort. Mort. Abelard is a beast, by the way. When you get him ranked up, ooh, it's good. I know how this works. Let's get some, get some cover. My mic is partially in the way, which is annoying. We're gonna use this, and we're gonna see who we can hit. 95%, don't miss me.
Your end was inevitable.
Hell yeah! Headshot, double kill. I don't need to know that.
I'll see to it personally.
And I'm just gonna use this. 95.
On it. Other enemy down.
Hell yeah! Alright, that's our turn done.
Out of my way!
Sweet enemies.
Duty go hand in hand.
I serve the ruinous powers!
Just a minor setback.
The reason I like this game so much is because it
I bring
it has aspects of D&D in it, which that's what Warhammer's tabletop. So yeah, I've never played the tabletop version of this. I've only ever played the video games, and I have a book that I still haven't read all the way through yet. But
Death to non-believers!
But I really like this game in particular. I like how it plays. I know how this works. Okay, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna have to move out here a little bit to be able to get hit. 38. Do I really want to waste that on a chance? We'll see. Yeah, my dude just shat the bed there. I'm gonna take a hit. Oh, I guess not. Abelard's about dead. That guy's definitely dead. There you go, Abelard. Stop taking bullets. Oh, well, that sucks. More. There you go. Yeah, he has reaction. As long as you have a melee weapon, you have reaction.
Take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single whoreson survive.
And what I mean by reaction is like, so, as you guys saw there, for anyone who doesn't understand how D&D works, I know this isn't exactly what it is, but it has elements of it. If an enemy goes to run away, and you're there, and you have a melee weapon, in this game in particular, you use your melee weapon, slice at him. If you have it equipped, that is.
Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck, huh? Not bad. I have seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp travel.
She looks at the box in her hand. All you can hear is lifeless static. What's happening?
From what we have seen, I can
I lost
speculate
my
that
Meg
we are
voice. Hold
dealing
on.
with some variety of madness induced by warp
I'm
travel.
Jason Statham.
Such episodes are
I
not
fought the
uncommon
Meg.
among
There we
voidsmen
go.
who have found themselves outside the boundaries of real space, though such episodes seldom spill onto other decks.
Yeah.
The casters are not working, or have been sabotaged. Either the warp is toying with us, or someone went to great lengths to cut the ship's communications. I will need a direct channel to the engine seer Prime before I can get a sense of what we are up against. Whatever it may be, keep your weapons at the ready. I imagine it will be some time before we no longer need them.
Good. Blood. Wait, what is it? Skull for the Scoffer and blood for the Blood God. Okay, that was a bit too much. I apologize. The incident with the rampaging servitors may be connected to what is transpiring now. Where's the Meg?
Possibly. Quite likely. We will investigate at a later time. Right now, we need to isolate the affected compartments and try to assess the situation.
What do you want me to do? I'm Jason Statham. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll stop.
Mort has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the Arch-Militant requires aid. And be quick about it.
Yahoo, my captain! The game's just loading.
Is there money to be made?
Alright. We're about 31 minutes in, and I'm gonna end this here. I don't want these videos too long, because that was the issue with the last time I did this. Videos were too long. So I'm gonna end this here, so thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Have a good one, guys. Peace.